You know, I really like her. She is smart and funny, and I don't mind dating older women. It's just with her, we would look like mother and son. The moment I overheard my coworker crush telling this to my work friend, I felt so crushed and humiliated. I could barely hold back my tears. No matter how hard she tried to convince him to take me out, he kept saying I looked way too old and tired for him. I really think she's lying about her age. Someone should check her ID, he continued. Did I really look like his mother? I was always checking my wrinkles in the mirror. I knew they started appearing in my 30s, no matter how much cream I used and how careful I was not to smile or frown too much. But I always hoped my aging skin was not that obvious to others, especially with all the expensive makeup I was putting on. But now I know the truth. Men were not interested in me because I looked 10 years older. Crying, I rushed to the bathroom and looked at myself in the mirror. Tens of lines, some of them deep like trenches, some of them thin, my oily chin and dry cheeks, tiny brown spots spreading like plague all over my face and cleavage. My crush was right, and it was time I stopped lying to myself. Back then, my skin was a mess. But the silver lining was that when I most desperately wanted to clear my face, I came across a simple, inexpensive skin renewal method that allowed me to get back my youthful glow and dramatically improve my appearance. Thanks to this little-known at-home Asian facelift that is now scientifically proven to target the real root cause of premature aging and skin issues. After years of trying every cream, serum, or supplement made under the sun, I finally gained my healthy skin and life back, going from this to this in no time. And despite what you've been led to believe, the root cause of your wrinkles, dark spots, or saggy neck has absolutely nothing to do with how old you are, your genetics, or your lifestyle. Instead, as a revolutionary experiment from the American Academy of Dermatology has proven it, the real cause of wrinkles and saggy cheeks is in the very moisturizing cosmetics you use. The cosmetics industry is treating your skin as if it's a dead shoe leather, confusing your cells and destroying their natural processes. But your skin cells are alive, and when you put too much water on them, they burst and die. You see this every time you take a bath and you see those wrinkles on your fingers. And once you'll discover what you can do to repair years of damage, you'll have the power to turn back the clock on sagging skin and wipe out deep lines. All these while reinforcing elasticity, volume, and revitalizing your skin structure. Your skin will feel fuller, tighter, and awesome to live in. No matter if you've tried without success every method out there, no matter your age or how damaged your face, neck, hands, and body skin look right now. Just imagine for a second what it would look like to look 5, 10, or even 20 years younger. Imagine never having to worry about your wrinkles or skin issues getting worse, or your neck, cleavage, and breast becoming more saggy. Instead, every time you press your skin with your finger, it springs back soft and elastic, thicker and firmer than ever, always so vibrant and smooth. While your friends, colleagues, and family are absolutely fascinated by the changes they're seeing, just like over 160,000 other people did. People like Sally Moore, 50, from Fort Worth, Texas, who said,
"The next morning I woke up after using this method, I was speechless."
Cece, 41, from Bellevue, Washington, who said,
"I would have never ever dreamed that my skin could look so amazing."
Sandra T., 47, from Rexburg, Idaho, who told me,
"Just threw away all my cosmetics. If only I knew about this solution sooner."
These are just a couple of the hundreds of messages from people just like you, people who have already used the ritual I'm about to share. Hi, my name is Emma Smith. I'm 38 years old. I live in Chicago, Illinois, and for the last 15 years, I've been a biochemist, specializing in water retention and helping plants adapt and thrive in desert-like conditions. Up until I was 25 or so, I had beautiful, spotless skin. I remember everyone was envious of my perfect complexion, even in high school. After taking it for granted for many years, I slowly started to notice that my skin didn't glow like it used to. Lines that just disappeared before didn't seem to go away, even if I used special serums or creams with anti-aging formulas. And I was buying the expensive stuff, not from the regular drugstore. I used 2 under-eye creams and 4 others for the rest of my face, not counting the toner, primer and serum, and the moisturizing foundation. Still, my looks seemed to be rolling downhill. Even though I had seen the small changes over time, one day it really hit me looking in the mirror. Wrinkles on my forehead and in the corner of my mouth, sagging jowls, eye bags, and dry cheeks. The amazing luster that my skin had was gone just like that. Everyone I met thought I was at least 10 years older, which filled me with shame and sadness. If I dared to not wear makeup for one day, I would get questions like, "Are you tired?" or "Are you feeling well?" One of my best friends told me I should use sunscreen more often because it's really starting to show. And my mother gifted me for Christmas some at-home anti-wrinkle remedies because she was afraid my looks were fading. Moreover, going out started to become more and more humiliating. Men were simply not looking at me with the same eyes as they used to. I started noticing how they were always checking out any women other than me. And there was always this mean voice inside my head that kept saying, "Of course, no man is ever going to want to date a woman that looks like his actual mother." Now, don't you think I haven't tried everything under the sun? Everything. From over $100 creams and gels to horse oil face masks, you name it. I spent my 20s going from one dermatologist to another, undergoing every analysis possible. I even tried a chemical peel, which I don't recommend to anyone because it left me with one scar on my right temple. In fact, and you're about to see why in a minute, the worst thing you can do when it comes to your skin is to buy beauty products. Listen, if it comes off a shelf and is highly advertised, just say no. Your skin and wallet will thank you for it. Now, you might ask what changed since my unexpected skin disaster and what helped me go from looking 15 years older to enjoying a vibrant, fresh skin. It all started 3 years ago when I was invited to a bioscience conference in Kyoto, Japan. After 16 hours of flying, I was so jet-lagged that I couldn't fall asleep. So I decided to drink a cocktail at the hotel bar late at night. That's when the most incredible thing happened, as I was lucky enough to meet and quickly spark a conversation with one of the very few remaining geishas in Japan, Aiko. She had the most beautiful porcelain skin I had ever seen in my life, and that's without wearing any makeup at all. Yes, I must admit, I really felt jealous of how every man and woman in the room was looking at her. She was just glowing. When she told me she was 48, I was flabbergasted. She did not look a day over 30. Compared to her, I looked like an old granny. I immediately pointed at the worst parts of my skin, told her my story, and basically begged her to tell me her skincare routine or just give me a hint or anything. "Oh, geishas don't have a skin routine. We never needed one," she replied. But how could that be? How could she be 10 years older than me, but look like my younger sister? Was it in their genes? No, it's not in our genes, even though everyone seems to believe so. It's in our tradition. Eiko told me that Japanese men and women have always been obsessed with youth. A woman past her 25th birthday was already considered old. So, in order to keep their danis, or protectors, interested, geishas had to find ways to look as youthful as in their prime years. Their skin needed to be clear and velvety, so perfect that anyone who touched it would forget all his worries. Even though they had to cover their entire face in heavy makeup every single day during tea ceremonies, inside the house, geishas had to look all natural and fresh. For this, geishas used a highly effective skin rejuvenation potion made of plants and herbs. The recipe had been passed down among geishas from generation to generation. Even though it was believed parts of this recipe had been lost on the way, the oldest geisha in the world, Yuko Asakusa, was said to have used the original formula all her life. Even at age 98, when she died, she was a vision of beauty. You can imagine that, up to that point, I was burning to find out what was in their potion. The moment I heard what she said next, I knew it was my lucky day. You see, even though Aiko's potion worked like magic, it had one major setback. It had to be prepared on a daily basis for it to work, a process which took between 3 or 4 hours at least. Moreover, because the ingredients had to be 100% pure and untainted by toxic chemicals, they were extremely expensive and almost impossible to get in the needed quantities. So I immediately told her I'm a bioscientist, and if she told me the exact quantities and ingredients, once I'll get back to my lab, I could try to replicate the ancient geisha skin rejuvenating recipe. By using science, I could prepare it faster and in bigger quantities. At first, Aiko was a little bit wary, but in the end, she agreed to share her secret with me after I told her I had the right connections to get any natural ingredient the recipe would require, no matter how rare it was. And also that I could make the potion stable for longer periods of time by keeping its properties 100% intact. I remember we were both so excited to do this. So we exchanged our email addresses, and once I landed back in America, I wasted no time. I went directly to my lab. Now, in order to create a more easier to prepare, improved version of Aiko's formula, the first thing I needed to know was, why did the geisha's youth recipe work so well for hundreds of years? I started digging through every medical base I could find, reading hundreds of scientific studies and articles. I won't bore you with all the details. I'll just go quickly through the most important discoveries I made, just so you can understand why this potion has the power to completely transform the way you look. You see, our skin is bound to lose water every day. This happens through sweating, urinating, and other external factors such as weather, diet, and lifestyle choices. That in mind, it is crucial to replenish the loss of water regularly throughout the day. Otherwise, your skin starts to get dehydrated and it becomes dry, flaky, and sensitive. Then, before you know it, your complexion begins to lose its tightness and elasticity, leading to the fine lines and wrinkles, which many experts refer to as dehydration cracks. Up until now, nothing really new. Most of us women know that dehydration is bad, right? I mean, all we can do is drink more water, use hydrating creams and expensive masks, and hope for the best, right? At least, that's what I thought. And I've always been obsessed with hydration. But as I was about to find out, these are precisely the worst things you can do when it comes to the health of your skin. Here's why. According to a little-known but revolutionary study from the American Academy of Dermatology, a healthy skin has one superpower to face and prevent premature aging: the ability to self-moisturize, also known as natural moisturizing factor. You see, your skin cells are like sponges. The skin takes in water and only releases it when it gets too dry. The cells know exactly how much water to release and when to keep your whole face and body glowing, plump, and firm. Unfortunately, your skin is the first victim of toxins in the environment and changes to air quality and pollution. When your skin gets regularly attacked, its ability to moisturize itself starts fading slowly but surely. If you're over 30, your natural moisturizing factor can decrease to 6 or 7 from a perfect 10, while if you're over 40, the natural moisturizing factor can go as low as 3 or 4. However, when I found what takes things beyond repair, I went mad. The exact so-called moisturizing products that you see on every supermarket shelf with promises like perfect hydration 24/7, etc. All these products that I and millions of women all around the world have been using to hydrate our skin are actually making our skin cells lazy and less likely to keep water in and gradually release it. They make your skin forget its amazing ability to naturally self-moisturize. But that's not all. If you think that drinking water in great amounts will help your skin's elasticity and hydration, think again. Excess drinking water is equally bad for your skin. Why? Because this tells your cells that there is no need for them to work to preserve the water. So your entire skin gets used to someone else doing the work. Now, reading all these, I realized that we are treating our skin like it's shoe leather. We apply creams to save it from losing elasticity, but the shoe leather is dead while our skin is alive. And while it has forgotten its superpowers, it still has the capacity to moisturize itself, if only it wasn't taught that it doesn't need to make any effort. Cosmetic companies have been making billions off your back with all these promises of hydrated skin, when all you actually need to do is allow your skin to thrive on its own. They sure have a nice way of keeping you hooked on their products while making your skin worse and therefore even more needy for their creams or gels, don't they? All in all, it was clear to me that all the skin needed was to get back to its perfect natural form and relearn how to self-moisturize. Have you seen how youthful older African women and older Asian women look? It's because they're not putting all this crap on their faces. They just allow their skin to do whatever it does best naturally. If you want to test your skin age and its ability to self-moisturize right now, you can take the pinch test right now. The pinch test reveals how fast your skin is aging. Simply flip your hand over and then pinch a little bit of the skin using your thumb and forefinger. Hold the skin for 5 seconds. If it immediately goes back to normal, your skin's age is under 30. If it takes 1 to 2 seconds, your age is between 30 and 44. 3 to 4 seconds means 45 to 60. And longer than that, your skin age is over 60. Now, you might think that the mixed or oily skin does not indicate a low degree of moisture. The truth is, skin problems like acne or dermatitis are caused by lack of sufficient moisture as well. When your skin cells don't have enough water to go around because they have been taught to be lazy, they release oils to try and save the situation. But oils in the skin are the emergency moisturizing solution of the skin. Most creams that promise to get rid of acne only end up making it worse because they don't fix the lack of moisture balance. Instead, they dry up the skin, confusing it and making it think it needs even more oils and moisture. Now, as I said, what you really need is to help your skin regain its lost ability to preserve and use water the right way. Once it gains its natural moisturizing factor, the skin is 100% hydrated and looking its best. As a biochemist specialized exactly in developing effective water retention techniques, I could not help but think that the skin acts similarly to plants. If plants are constantly overwatered, their cells become lazy and they don't take water from the ground as well as they should, and they wither. That's when I realized why the ingredients in Ico's elixir worked so well for hundreds of years. These youth-boosting ingredients acted like hydration sprinklers that release moisture through the day bit by bit. Enough to help the skin efficiently self-hydrate and remain flawless, but not too much so the skin cells get lazy and lose their precious natural moisturizing factor. Once you get them on your face, they bind with water and preserve the right amount of liquid, while reteaching your skin moisture balance and clears your face of age marks. So, my next step was to track down the main compounds of the wonder ingredients and source them only from organic herbs and plants. These plants needed to come right from their native place, like Japan, India, or Myanmar. I can't tell you how hard it was. Even with my vast connection to herbal suppliers all across the world, I could barely find local growers that would let plants naturally reach their full maturity and use no herbicides. I also realized that if I wanted a really efficient formula, I would have to find one that would quickly bind to water without disturbing the skin's natural processes. One that would be extremely bioabsorbable so it can act fast, able to retain water and sprinkle it bit by bit, retraining the skin and restoring the natural moisturizing factor. capable of delivering the ingredients in a highly concentrated, extra pure form, light with zero stress on the skin, therefore minimally invasive. In short, something that the body would perceive as natural, of its own, and not like an outside guest. That's when I decided the skin's healing recipe should come in the form of an ultra-rapid serum. Putting a few drops of this organic liquid on the face and massaging it for a few seconds would have been enough to have a great impact. Once I finished the first trial batch, I immediately tested it on myself. It didn't take long until the serum started doing its job. At first, there was this spark in my cheekbones. Then my skin got fuller, tighter, and more flexible. When I stretched it, there were no more creases forming. I could not believe my eyes. I sent Aiko all the research I had found, the test results, 1 bottle of the serum, and my before and after pics. Soon enough, she called to thank me and talk about how we're going to produce the formula from then on. After debating for a while, an idea crossed our minds. What if we made it at least 3 times more effective? By adding a few modern compounds that could speed up the effects of the ancient ingredients, we could make sure we had the best from both worlds, nature and science. But not the kind of lazy science that cosmetic companies use, trying to treat one problem only to make it worse. No, we would use real science inspired by nature. Plus, while Aiko had been using the potion for most of her life, I still had a lot of years of poor hydration to reclaim, and these new ingredients would have helped me do just that. Now by now, you must be very curious and anxious to find out what this ultimate solution contains, and most importantly, how does it work and why does it work so incredibly well? Here's a short explanation of each one of these powerful ingredients used and the incredible, long-lasting effects they have on your skin. Let's start with the traditional ingredients that geishas used as a natural facelift before plastic surgeries even existed. First, Japanese witch hazel, a medical plant that, thanks to its unique antiseptic and anti-inflammatory properties, cleans every drop of liquid that reaches your skin. This natural cleanser reteaches your body to filter the water it absorbs for hydration, while acting as a barrier for any other harmful substances and refining your pores. Next, Aloe barbadensis, the most succulent type of aloe, extremely hard to find in its organic, non-processed form. Because it has a unique smart water retention capacity, it can play the role of the natural moisturizing factor and help the skin mirror its activity until it relearns how to self-hydrate on its own. A study conducted by the Baylor College of Medicine showed that only this particular type of aloe can provide a 10.1% increase in skin hydration after just 1 week of treatment. No wonder it's also used to treat severe burns, deep acne, as well as both dry and oily skin. Third ingredient, jojoba oil. The magic of jojoba oil consists in the fact that it perfectly mimics the skin's own sebum and seals moisture in the skin. This makes it an extremely effective natural facial until your own sebum gets balanced. Now, here's why this is crucial. The sebum contributes to 90% of the water molecules on the skin's surface and also transports nutrients into its layers. Then we have gotu kola, a plant native to the wetlands of Asia. Known to repair veins, gotu kola recreates and supports the water network inside your skin's layers, making sure the liquids reach every inch. In a research study conducted in 2012, gotu kola increased the production of new cells and enhanced the skin's resilience. The researchers also measured the hydration level and the amount of water lost throughout the day. Results showed that the patients who used gotu kola showed significantly more hydration and less water loss compared to the ones who didn't. Let's move to Camellia sinensis, an East Asian green tea also known as the water binder. Camellia sinensis essence extracted from Japanese green tea is extremely rich in minerals that attract water molecules like magnets and bond to them, preserving moisture. At the same time, they replace the vital electrolytes that are lost through sweating and accompany the skin through the absorb, retain, release water cycle. Ico's formula also included Scots pine, a refreshing tonic that balances pH and lifts sagging skin, lemon peel, a key ingredient that pulls out the dirt and dust from the skin and eliminates pigmentation, sage for elasticity and mega strength against environmental factors, hops, a rejuvenator that stimulates circulation and helps stressed skin recover, Pelargonium graveolens, a fragrance flower that tones down the effects of hormones and boosts glow, and rosemary for chronic conditions including dermatitis, eczema, and psoriasis. As I told you, in order to speed up even more the effects of Ico's solution, I added 4 high-quality modern ingredients inspired from the celebrity spa treatments. The main one is hyaluronic acid. When it comes to what should be used and what should be thrown out, my research has taught me that HA is the only beauty ingredient that is worth using, but only in a quantity that benefits the skin. So I decided to add to my serum only what I knew with absolute certainty would not interfere with the skin's natural process. HA has clearly and repeatedly demonstrated a significant benefit in skin hydration, up to 96%, and in decreasing the depth of wrinkles up to 40%, and skin firmness and elasticity were significantly enhanced up to 55%. While the skin recovers and regains its ability to self-moisturize, HA supports the tissue regeneration process, which leads to plumper cells. I matched hyaluronic acid with a potent mix of vitamins that enhances its power even more. Vitamin E, to accelerate healing, lighten up, and even your complexion. Vitamin C, considered the better half of vitamin E, to add more volume and protect against sun damage. And potassium, to support the rapid growth of cells and enhance the feel of the skin. Now, after adding the last touches to the formula, all I had to do was answer one last question. Would this improved formula work for other women too? I needed to test it on more people who felt old long before their time. So I sent a lot of messages to my friends, asking them to help spread the word to their friends. After 2 weeks, there were no less than 53 women ready to embark on my experiment. The results were greater than my wildest dreams. Without exception, all 53 volunteers reported dramatic improvements in the appearance of their skin and complexion. It was like their fine lines had vanished from the corners of the mouth and eyes, and radiance had returned to their cheeks. Their neck was tighter as well. I kept receiving emails, messages, and phone calls. All volunteers kept asking for more of the plant-based Wonder Serum for them and for their friends. It was clear as daylight that I had a mission. All the suffering caused by premature aging had to end. I needed to make our discovery accessible to as many women as possible, so that none of them would ever have to suffer the humiliation of being rejected by the guy they like because they look older than they are, or see in their partner's eyes the disappointment that they're not aging well. We thought that if we contacted a large, modern yet discreet manufacturing facility in the USA that could take care of everything, we could mix our plants in the exact quantities we wanted and correctly process them in the form of a fast-action, ultra-concentrated serum. I remember I jumped for joy when I found a facility that knew how to work with pure, organic ingredients in order to keep their properties intact. We called the serum Hydracellum, the only 100% natural blend that completely rejuvenates any type of skin by addressing the root cause of wrinkles, dark spots, and sagging, the loss of the skin's ability to self-moisturize. We've sourced the purest, highest quality 15 plant extracts and vitamins and put the exact quantities into an easy-to-use, ultra-fast, easily absorbable serum. Every single drop is manufactured in the USA in our FDA-approved and GMP-certified facility under sterile, strict, and precise standards. We are regularly disinfecting the equipment used to process the ingredients and package our bottles. Hydracellum Serum is non-GMO and safe. It does not contain any dangerous stimulants or toxins and is not habit-forming. This is a skin solution for women of any age. Simply apply it as you would apply a moisturizer, ideally once in the morning after you wash your face, then again once before bedtime. Don't forget to apply it to the other heavily affected areas like your hands, as these powerful traditional and modern ingredients will rejuvenate every cell they touch. Your skin will quickly absorb them up like a dry sponge and you'll feel revitalized. It's different from anything else you've ever tried. We only used ingredients that work and enhance our skin's own natural processes. That's why, with Hydracellum, you don't need anything else to make sure your skin is as healthy as possible. And while I can't guarantee you'll look 25 years younger like the geishas do, I can attest that for myself, as well as for the women who have tried Hydracellum, we have all been amazed by the years that this serum has taken off of our appearance. Jillian Kate, 33, from New York City, New York, said,
Wow, to think how much money I used to spend on cleansers, gels, creams, and foundations, plus how many hours I spent online trying to find out what works best. Now, all I need is one thing, Hydracellum. Thank you, Emma. P.S. My cleavage and my neck looks way better.
Alice Smith, 47, from Nashville, Tennessee, told us,
For the first time ever, I am actually happy with my skin. You know, I've had this fresh glow and all my friends and colleagues keep asking me what my secret is.
Sarah T., 56, from Scranton, Pennsylvania, said,
I'm telling everyone I know about this. I've already ordered 6 more bottles for my daughters because they just couldn't believe that my skin looked way more healthier than theirs.
Now, if you're ready to say yes to big changes, I think you'll be very pleased to hear how affordable we managed to make Hydracellum. As I mentioned, the ingredients are extremely pure, and some of them are incredibly difficult and complex to source and process correctly. The raw cost of these plants isn't cheap, even if you buy them in bulk, and I can assure you, trying to buy them separately costs a fortune. Plus, no one guarantees that they are the real deal. The only way we manage to keep the prices down is by not selling this formula in stores, where, with the retailers' greedy markups, would cost about $320 per bottle. And even though $320 is more than a fair price considering the 2 years of research, work, and tests we've invested in this perfectly concentrated serum, while our suppliers would have asked for $250 just for the high quality of the ingredients, and while many of the over 160,000 people who got to experience Hydracellum said they would gladly pay triple, thinking about how much their lives have changed. This is not about money for me. I want to empower the women that are going through the same experience that I did, as I will never forget how it feels to feel ashamed and unattractive in your own skin. So, by selling it to you online through this presentation, I can offer you a 30-day supply of Hydracellum for a one-time 100% risk-free investment of $69 a bottle. That's right, just $69. This is just enough to help us keep the site up and fund our research. And because I'm committed to help you in any way I can, if you order a 3 or 6 months package, you'll get a huge discount. Here's why. I have seen the effects of Hydracellum on a lot of people, and I have run a lot of tests. That's why I strongly recommend you to take this for at least 90 days, just to make 100% sure your skin is completely hydrated and has relearned to self-moisturize. Honestly, I cannot estimate how dehydrated your skin is right now. This depends on many factors, like your overall medical condition or where you live. That's why, as a rule of thumb, after seeing the positive results of more than 160,000 people, I recommend you take at least 3 bottles, especially since, according to Johns Hopkins medical study, it can take more than 75 days for a wound to heal. And after all, that's what your wrinkles or brown spots are, micro wounds. Or, if you want to strengthen your cells well into old age and protect yourself against diseases like psoriasis or eczema, 6 bottles of Hydracellum are all you need. Besides, there's one more crucial thing that you need to know. Missing just 1 day of Hydracellum might compromise weeks of progress. Each day, when you look in the mirror, you'll be seeing a smoother, firmer skin than in years. But if you hit the stop button on the moisturizing, healing ingredients of Hydracellum for just one day, it might take weeks to get them working at full capacity again. In the meantime, you might lose some of the benefits, not going to lie to you. So don't risk running out of Hydracellum. Also, please take into account that Hydracellum is selling incredibly fast, and once it will be sold out, it will take me 6 to 9 months to produce a new batch, as I can only use the purest ingredients. Otherwise, its efficiency will be compromised. But here's the good news. I am committed to supporting you in every way I can. So only through this presentation, you can order a batch of 3 bottles or 6 bottles for a huge discount. You won't be seeing Hydracellum anywhere in stores, so secure your stocks now at the lowest price possible. Moreover, with every order you make today, you'll also get free shipping. How does that sound? Take a look below. Once you order, you'll be taken to a secure checkout page. Just fill in your payment details using a credit card, debit card, or PayPal. Immediately after you fill in your information and confirm your order, your bottles of Hydracellum will be shipped for free right to your doorstep. If you order the 3 bottles or 6 bottles package today, you'll also take advantage of a huge discount. Just click below to select your package. Your order today is a one-time payment with no subscription or hidden charges. All you need to keep in mind is that Hydracellum can be found only on this page and is not available for purchase anywhere else. Once again, Hydracellum is selling very fast, and once it will be sold out, it will take us 6 to 9 months to restock on the rare ingredients and produce another batch. Plus, remember that missing one day of Hydracellum can compromise a full month of progress, so please make sure you don't risk running out of Hydracellum. Please make your choice today while Hydracellum is still being sold through this presentation and at this price. If you're skeptical, I totally understand. You've tried a lot of methods, you've spent a lot of money, and nothing worked. I am so confident that Hydracellum works that I'm going to give you our ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If you don't experience any dramatic improvement or you're not happy for whatever reason whatsoever, we will issue a full refund, no questions asked. All you need to do is contact us within the first 60 days from your purchase. It doesn't matter if you used up the entire bottle, we'll still give you your money back. This means you have 2 whole months to decide if Hydracellum is for you or not. No hidden fees or subscriptions, just a safe and secure one-time payment. All you have to do is choose the package you want below. Listen, you can keep throwing your money on overpriced cleansers, creams, and gels, trying to find out what the best skincare routine for you is, and getting lost among thousands of products that make only empty promises. But deep inside, you know these cosmetics are not powerful enough to make a difference. I mean, if they worked, shouldn't all women have a perfect complexion by now? Or you can risk nothing at all today and grab Hydracellum right now. You'll be surprised at how well it works and at how beautiful your skin can look. Now, I'd like to take the last seconds of this presentation to thank you for listening to my story, and congratulations for learning today on how you can hydrate and improve the beauty of your skin. All you have to do is click below to make your choice, enter your payment details on our secure order form, and place the order now. We'll immediately ship your bottles directly to your home. Every order comes with free shipping, no matter where you live in the USA. I can't wait for you to experience every single benefit that Hydracellum has to offer. Still here? Great. I wanted to take a second and answer the most common questions I get about Hydracellum. I just want to make sure you feel 100% comfortable with your decision to order today. Question 1. How and why does Hydracellum work? Well, the way this works is pretty simple, actually. Recent research has shown that the health and look of the skin depends on its ability to self-moisturize. When that is compromised, the skin starts to show signs of aging. This ability can be affected by stress, free radicals, or environmental factors, such as pollution, UV rays, etc. Dehydration causes your skin to lose its tightness and elasticity. leading to fine lines and wrinkles, dehydration cracks. What takes things beyond repair are all the hydrating products on the market. These are actually making your skin cells lazy and less likely to keep water. However, there are natural ingredients that can act as moisture sprinklers. Once you get them on your face, they bind with water and preserve the right amount of liquid. After that, they gradually release it while reteaching your skin moisture balance and clears your face of wrinkles or spots, making it look plump and young. Hydracellum gathers both modern and sacred ingredients that have the power to retrain your skin how to self-moisturize while giving it a vibrant look. Question 2. Is Hydracellum safe? Hydracellum has been designed for all ages and medical conditions, addressing the root cause of skin aging, the inability to self-moisturize that leads to severe dehydration, is the most important thing you can do today for long-lasting results now and well into old age. Hydracellum has high-quality natural ingredients manufactured in an FDA-approved facility under sterile, strict, and precise standards. Each of the ingredients that goes into Hydracellum is tested for purity and to ensure against toxins and contaminants. As always, if you currently have a medical condition or you're taking prescription medication, we advise you to show a bottle of this serum to your doctor before you take it, just to put your mind at ease. Question 3. When should I take Hydracellum? We recommend you apply this serum in the morning and before going to bed after cleansing your face for a firm skin that has the ability to self-moisturize and repair itself. Question 4. What if it doesn't work for me? Can you tell me about the guarantee again? The more results we see, the stronger we believe Hydracellum has the power to completely transform your skin and overall appearance. It's true, though, that nothing works 100% for the people who try it, as each body works in its own way. That's why every bottle of Hydracellum comes with an ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. If for any reason you aren't fully satisfied with the results, you can just return what you haven't used for a full, no-question-asked refund. Question 5. How long will this serum be available to the public? To be honest, I'm not really sure. History has shown us that the beauty industry is not afraid to spend millions of dollars in legal fees to remove something that threatens its very existence. After all, it makes sense. Wouldn't you spend $1 million in lawyer costs to protect the $40 million per year you make? So all you have to do today is click below. Fill in your payment details on our secure order form and submit your order. I can't wait to hear your success story.